time when owning a house meant you have made it. A stable job, a loyal partner, a neat little apartment in a growing city. That was the dream. But somewhere between 2008 and now, that dream quietly died. Today's millennials, they are trying to spend money, then settle down. They are renting apartments, switching jobs, flying out for solo trips, investing in skincare, gadgets, cafes, creators, everything except a home. Ask them why, and the answer is rarely just one thing. Because the job is not stable, because the partner might leave, because the city might change, and on top of it, because the price is insane. But also because maybe they don't want what the previous generation wanted. They don't want to lock in, they want mobility, variety, and options. But if a home was once the foundation of adult life, what does it mean when an entire generation chooses to float instead? Therefore, we need to ask, are millennials rejecting adulthood or they are just redesigning it? And what happens to a society where no one wants to stay? Let's talk numbers because dreams might be emotional, but real estate is a brutal math. In cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Jakarta, Bangkok, even Manila, the cost of a decent 2 BHK apartment is 20 to 40 times a young person's annual salary. In Mumbai, an average home cost rupees 2 crores. A 30-year-old marketing manager earns 12 to 15 lakh a year. This means even if they save aggressively, it will take 15 years just to make a down payment. In Bangkok, the average condo costs $130,000. The average annual salary, it's around $8,000. There's something more rising faster than property prices. These are rent, inflation, and job insecurity. The startup job that pays well today might not exist in 3 years. The remote gig might vanish next month. The city you are living might stop making sense next week. And therefore, millionaires look at housing like a rigged game. Buy now, get stuck. Wait longer, and get priced out. So instead, they spend on what they can afford, on what gives them joy now, not 30 years from now. And that's not financial literacy, that's economic realism. But if owning a house is no longer making sense, something else might be replacing this. There was a time when buying a home meant building roots. You get a job, buy a house near the office, and live there for decades. But that world is gone. Today's millennial does not switch jobs. They switch industries, cities, and countries. Sometimes this happens every 2 years. You work in Bangalore for 2 years, then you move to Pune, then you go remote and live in Goa, and suddenly you have another offer from Singapore. This is not restlessness, it's how opportunities work now. And the housing market has not caught up. You cannot buy a 1 crore apartment and drag it around with you. You cannot own property in Delhi while your career is exploding in Dubai. The traditional mortgage models demands stability, and millennials, they are not unstable, they are adaptable. Therefore, buying a home feels like a trap. It's like a cement anchor in a world that demands movement. So they rent, they co-live, because home is not a place to own anymore, it's a launch pad. And that shift is changing how cities are built and how lives are lived. Buying a home used to mean more than stability. It meant partnership, a shared life, a shared plan. But what if the plan keeps changing? What if the partner does too? Today's relationships are fluid. Dating is casual, cohabiting is temporary, breakups are common, marriages are getting delayed or skipped entirely. And when nothing feels permanent, why would your address be? But it's not because people don't want love. They don't want to commit to the wrong thing. Not a mismatched partner, not a job that burns them out, and definitely not a 30-year loan. So instead of settling down, millennials are staying mobile, living in rented spaces, sharing with friends, moving with partner, and moving on. Therefore, home ownership feels like a contradiction, which demands certainty in a life that's built on change. And in a world where everything can shift, love, work, priorities, a permanent home starts to feel like a risk and not a reward. But the cost of avoiding permanence is never feeling rooted. You can scroll forever, work from anywhere, order anything, and still feel empty. Millionaires are not just avoiding homes, they are drifting through life with no anchor. They were promised everything: success, freedom, and choice. But in return, they got burnout, loneliness, comparison, and constant change. And somewhere in that motion, they lost the thing a home once gave, a sense of grounding, of identity, and a sense of rest. But therapy cannot replace stability. Wellness routines cannot replace rootedness. And five different apartments in 5 years won't feel like belonging. And therefore, even as millennials spend more than any generation before on food, on fitness, on fun, and on fashion, they are often chasing something they cannot name. The feeling being settled without being stuck. That's not just an economic problem, it's an emotional one. And if we are not building homes, families, or long term roots, then what we are building? Is it a flexible life, a portfolio of experiences, a digital identity, or what it is? But here's the cost. We are replacing ownership with access, replacing permanence with possibility, and replacing long term thinking with short term pleasure. Yes, we got freedom. Yes, we stayed light on our feet. And therefore, the new status symbol is not just a house, it's freedom, flexibility, and control over your time. But is this just the future adapting, or is it a quiet collapse of everything that once gave us continuity? Just because you can have 10 apartments but still feel like you have no home. Who knows? Maybe millennials are not lazy. Maybe they are not irresponsible or reckless or lost. Maybe they are just adapting to the changes. To a world where jobs don't last, love does not last, and cities change faster than people do. They are not rejecting home. They are rejecting a system that asks for a 30-year loan in exchange for 3 years of certainty. They are choosing movement over milestones, experience over investment, and now over next. The question is it that freedom or is it a fatigue? Are we redefining adulthood or just giving up on it? Because if no one buys home, no one settles down, no one roots themselves to a place, then what will hold us together? Therefore, the real question in this is, are we finally living life on our own terms or just drifting further from what once made life feel real?